case you're tuning in and really don't know anything about the show, the show is actually put on with an RFID table and cards. The cards have unique identifications that the computer knows what is placed in front of each player and then presented on the screen, similar to what you see on television.
Get three people in a pot: Steve, Joe, and Brandon. Steve is best with the. Yeah, Steve is best
Hmm.
with a straight draw flush draw. That one's his. And Brandon hits a straight.
Yeah, Brandon rivers the straight.
And gets a check mark.
Would have been nice if that had been a king of diamonds instead of king of hearts. But I guess then Steve wouldn't have had the flush there.
Brandon is our button. That's going to leave Joe as small blind and Steve as big blind as we get ready to move to the next game. Yeah, Tony, this RFID technology is totally amazing with how it works with this table. These players, you'll see them move their cards over like a blue dot. You can put those and send a signal to our screen so we can populate it on the table for you with each player.
Love technology. Wonder how many crew like what you see on TV. How many crew members are a part of that?
Yeah, to have to actually manually look at the cameras and log in people's hands. We're doing it very seamlessly here with just one computer.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like we need a tech guy to run back and forth. And Marco throwing out some money.
With a queen five offsuit, I think he just wants to play a hand and doesn't want to play it light. But I think he's going to get called here by Joe.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make that bluff move on a hand like that, you're going to have to continue portraying that your hand's pretty big. We'll take a look at the flop here. 4-7-10. Joe is still best, and Marco does represent a big hand.
Yep.
To represent a big pair or a big ace, and bet 600 out.
Did the right thing there, not catching anything, still throwing money out there to see where you are.
Joe, who is a 78% favor on this hand, looks like he's going to give it up. And he does. Marco makes a queen five work.
Tonight's game is being dealt by Train. I want to say thank you to Train for dealing for us.
Ryan and Linda both calling. Robert folds. Been kind of quiet tonight from Robert. Marco folds. Brandon, surprisingly, folds. Joe folds. It looks like Steve's calling his big blind and or small blind and head checks. 4 players to the flop. Jack 9-10.
2 pair for Ryan.
Ryan Holmes hits 2 pair, but still has a small pair of 5-2s.
And Steve with a gut shot.
Everyone else is just hoping. Linda lets her 2s go.
Diamond on the turn would make it interesting. Steve folds.
Not sure what Ryan's bet was. But he's going to take it down. 2 pair. Steve is in the button. Ed is small blind. Ryan big blind. And Linda is under the gun.
Linda with the red hair in the shot.
Folks, we know that March Madness is happening right now, but there's nothing better than having the basketball game on the TV and chase the bracelet on your PC. I mean, what a perfect combination for sports tonight.
That's great. Yep.
No raise yet. Ed calls 4-7 diamond. Ryan checks his option. Queen 9 diamonds, and we have 5 to the flop. Ace, ace 4. Second time tonight we've seen 2 aces hit the board.
Ryan doesn't have the ace this time, though.
Nope. And that's going to give Ed the best hand. Ace 4-7 diamonds.
Huh.
Check around to the river, or to the turn. And we have a deuce. Brandon with a 3-8, so you take a stab at it. Deuce, 9, and call.
Really? Interesting.
This calls the best. Well, that calls the best hand. And Ryan helps us get this right. So we have 3 people going to the river. Ryan with a small pair.
Oh, man, look at what happened. Man. Very true. Although it doesn't seem like there was aggressive betting that an ace would be out there. Rake in the chips. Huh.
Can we get a close-up on that hand, please? Ed is our bet.
Kind of looks like Ed has the best hand at this point, too. I heard a Marco call with a 3-8 of diamonds.
You know, everyone gives me a hard time for playing this card, but when you watch this video, everyone loves playing this.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't even think I played it. I'm not even that crazy.
No comment. I would put you on any 2 cards at any given time. Suited or unsuited.
Like Ed raised it up.
And we had a Marco call.
No, that was Ryan. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, was it Ryan?
Ryan made the original raise. Marco does call his 3-8 of diamonds.
Action on Joe Brunson, who looks like he folds.
Yep, he folds.
And Steve reaching for chips, putting him in the middle.
Steve calls it. I have 9 of diamonds. I don't think too many diamonds are coming.
I don't either. Hilarious.
He hit 2 diamonds. Ryan hits top pair. If we run another diamond on this board, these 2 guys are going to play.
I don't know if there is one left.
There's about a 750. Not sure who made it originally.
Marco with 2 diamonds has a decision to make. He stayed in it to this point. Should be interesting to see if he wants to continue. So we have Marco with an 8 high flush and Steve with a 9 high flush. Ryan with best hand at the moment. And Ed has some possibilities.
I think Ed makes the call.
Yeah.
He's got a gut shot.
Not too happy about it.
Right now is a gut shot, and he can hit an ace overhead. 5 rolls out. That's going to give Steve a pair. It's going to make him want to stick around.
No, 2 pair. 5-9.
5-9. That gives Steve 2 pair. Yeah. Ryan's going to continue to bet his queen. I believe it was a $600 bet. Marco's still wondering if he can catch that last diamond.
0%.
And if he catches that last diamond,
He will be sunk. Yeah.
Steve's going to crush him.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. And there's what a...
Biggest pot of the night,
I wonder if he's just going to call or if he's going to push it. Two pair is still two pair, even though he's got a diamond flush. Draw.
That's just called a 750. To the river.
9, a 5, or a diamond are probably going to make Steve pretty happy. Well, Marco, we know, isn't going to stay in no matter if there's a bet or not.
Rhino, if he Rhino leaves out bet, which I think he's thinking about it, and he's reaching for chips.
Yeah.
He's going to get re-raised here by Steve. And I don't know if he's going to let the hand go.
There's not too many hands that are going to beat him. A pair of kings or a pair of jacks in somebody's hand. So there's only two.
How much was that bet, PJ? 2,400 bucks from Rhino.
Wow.
He's in
Yep.
Steve just called. See the bad news?
Oh man, that is. He'll be stacking those until next Sunday.
Yeah, that's a big time. That's a big time. Give Steve a dominant lead this early in the game.
Yep. But you have a turn for a lot of chips, and it makes you talkative.
Yeah, we'll have to call him Chip and Chips.
I wonder if Steve's going to get the chip and chip fever.
Yeah, Steve's actually pretty quiet now.
Yeah.
He's got chips. Steve doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Not like me. We get chips.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. It's like Ed's on the button, which means...
No, it's right. It's okay.
Is it Ryan?
Yeah. Ryan Helms the button, Linda small blind, and Heather is our large blind.
Yeah, if we ever call Ryan Rhino, it's because that's his nickname on a couple of the local poker groups, and kind of interchangeable to us.
Yeah, you'll hear me say it a lot. It's the name I know him by.
Ed calling with his 2-9 of spades.
Steve playing the rush with a king 6 of hearts. Flop is queen 7 queen. Do we have a queen out there? I don't see a queen.
Nothing, unless it's up somebody's sleeve.
Braden hits the 7 and he's best right now.
Another spade.
Until Joe hits that jack. Joe has the best hand. Pair of jacks.
Marco throwing out a 100 bet and a call by Brandon.
I bet it's flush draw.
Joe stayed in for 100. Ed stays in for 100. Up to...
If we get a third spade, I think Marco's going to run in again to a better flush draw.
There's got to be a good learning lesson there.
5 of hearts. That's going to give the check money to Joe. Marco leads out betting.
I think Joe will call him.
Joe's got to worry about a queen out there.
Yeah. Being slow played. 300. That's nothing to call.
I think you make the call.
Joe has the gambling streak in him too.
And with 2 call leads, or 1 bet, 1 call is going to let it go. Joe's going to get the check.
With his 9 high. And Train is washing the cards. So you think Steve's going to be in the... Think he's going to win it?
Good chance Steve's going to be in the top 3 tonight.
Yeah. He doesn't get his chips in the middle unless he's got at least a pretty decent hand.
There's a shot of three of our players, 2 returning from last season. Heather's on the left, who's new this season, and Paul Moskowitz.
Winner.
Rob is our season 2 champion.
Actually, it kind of looks like he has the bracelet on.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing it. It's a humongous mug.
Yep. Heather with ace king.
I was gonna say that's an ugly mug. I didn't want to.
Big and gaudy. That's the way we like it.
Gaudy.
Action on Joe. Joe with queen king. Or, I'm sorry, jack queen. Offsuit. Folds. Those blue dots in front of each player are the antennas. That's how the computer knows who has what cards and what to display on the screen.
Heather raises with ace king and takes it down. And there's now the button. Looks like from that sound of a cowbell in the background there, we are not broadcasting from the farm in northeast Ohio. But that is a warning that is.
So that's end of break or end of round 2. We have 3 rounds before a break, so we have about 18 minutes until our first break.
If you check out our Facebook page, Jason Bracelet, I believe they just uploaded a bunch of pictures of the players that were taken in the photo shoot a couple weeks ago. So if you're interested to see some of the behind the scenes, Jason Bracelet, check out our Facebook page. Like us while you're out there.
By liking us, you'll stay tuned with information as we make it available as to if we're going to be holding cash games for local players that are not people you see here. And other live events as we, actually, I ended up dealing at Nautica last night. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Interesting, Tony. I didn't know that.
And I got to meet a couple of the key members there, and I'll tell you, it was actually very, very good. It's come around well in the last couple of years. I'm taking it away from Clue, and I don't know what's going to happen to it. Oh, Marco with kings. He's got tripping cards there. There you go. Caught a 7. All right. Ryan fell out 6th on the game number 1, and so he'll fall out 10th on game number 2.
Moskowitz with pocket aces. First time that we've seen aces pre-flop tonight.
That's right, Paul. Oh, and of all people to have him, it's Paul Moskowitz.
I'm sure he's going to get a lot of action here. Depends on what he does.
Bob Newman 8-9. He's been kind of quiet.
Paul bets at 800 pre-flop. I don't think with the hands out there he's going to get any callers here.
Nope.
Joe might play his jack queen. Thinking maybe he's just on a low pair.
Was that last hand he just had that too? Or the hand before? 2 hands ago.
He's thinking about it. You see a big bet like that pre-flop, you don't expect someone with a big hand.
No.
I think maybe they're just trying to overbet a small hand, a small pocket pair.
Each player starts with 6,000 in chips, which, I'll tell you, a $700 bet, more than 10% of your starting chip count. That's a pretty decent sized bet. Kept his aces from being cracked, which is always a good play too.
That's right, folks. I am more famous than Dan Harrington.
As they're walking to their car. see Jack in the background there. The family dog in the background there.
Jack is a Chase the Bracelet house pet.
And mascot.
It's his idea to start this. Marco with the best hand. Ace high. Flop is 8-5 king. It's going to give Steve a top pair of kings.
Let's see, anybody? Nope. Doesn't look like anybody should stay in with a decent size bet. Yep. Everybody folds, Steve takes down the pot. Everybody folds, Steve takes down the pot.
Steve's going to get the impression of being a chip bully here, and I think at some point he's probably going to get calmed down, but generally Steve's going to
Is this your son?
No. I might claim him. I don't think he wants to claim me.
They were down to 9 from our starting 10. Ryan Helms lost when he shoved with a suited ace and ran into Marco's pocket kings. He did flop a gut shot straight draw, but missed. He was our first player out of game 2.
Oh, okay.
Heather sees a hand of pocket 3. She's been quiet most of the day so far.
My mother's name was Lorraine. She was Rainy
Let's see if she
Day.
jumps in on
My
this.
daughter's name was Crystal. Middle name's Clear.
Rainy day.
Crystal Clear Day.
No, you did not do that.
Her mother is Stormy and Unplowed. Stormy Day and Cloudy Day.
I have a rainy day who lives on my street.
Cool.
Your hand's supposed to be muffled when the last card comes out, but you know, I'm just a stickler for the real world.
We'll fucking go play there. Yeah, you're not a stickler for real players.
I know, exactly.
Looks like we're going to have 4 players in the flop.
I folded. I know. I've heard of it. I folded all blinds to approve.
Heather best with pocket 3s.
Steve, you were just kidding around,
Not
right?
something I wanted to play.
Yeah, your name? Because I do know somebody who...
350's the bed.
Lorraine, okay. Great.
If it's any consolation, I hit it.
That'll teach you.
All right.
Then we get the turn card. Is another king. It's going to give Heather 2 pair kings versus kings.
Look at me, I'll check.
Rob is in on a gut shot straight draw.
I'll check.
And he misses. Gives Heather a boat. And looks like they're just going to check down. Heather shows in the 3s. She's going to rake the pot.
I know. I had a straight draw. I did have a straight draw.
I had to do a full house.
Just didn't think I could fire out a bet and get rid of fold.
So you decided to muck your name?
Hey, rules state that I should have mucked, so give me my money back.
Oh, okay.
It was 375.
Do you want to bet?
Yes, of course. That was accidental. He bumped my arm and my chip fell in.
You should be paying him more because you could have crossed the board.
No, she couldn't have. I wouldn't have called if she'd have bet a quarter, I was holding.
Well, you should have bet like 100.
Rob trying to get out of losing that hand by claiming incidental contact
I had a straight draw.
with his chips.
After that one, I missed it.
I got one.
I got one.
150 to go. They give you no blinds.
Blinds are in this level 3, 75, 150. No raises yet. Just a lot of folding right now. Brandon's on the button with a 4-6. He makes a call. Joe on the small blind. He makes the call to 150. And Steve's going to check it. We're going to go 4 players to the flop.
She said no. She said exactly. Where's my kitty? And well, Ed knows me, and Paul kind of knows me.
King 8-10.
Mine was the gutter?
Joe's
Oh, my
ace
mind
is
goes to
I'm
the
sorry.
gutter every breath I take.
Did Ed? Ed
My wife
flaps. His
Nicole
percentage is
always
higher. Just got the
challenged
straight
me.
draw.
The challenge was they would just spit out one word, and I had to make some kind of special punishment. The only word they came up with that I couldn't was "and," as in the button.
Brandon makes a bet, or Steve makes a bet. So.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
I had a hot
Oh, my.
That's a New Year's Eve game where you're just sitting around.
I just remember when I was
Camper on the way, walking around.
We're taking a short break to allow our players to get the switch their legs here after this level.
There's about 10 minutes left in the level.
Decent starting hands here. Heather with pocket fives. Ed with an ace jack offsuit. Paul Moskowitz with an ace.
I was 14 and I was watching TV on the couch and I fall asleep.
Steve looking at a jack 10.
They didn't realize I was awake. I woke up.
Brandon makes a call with a flat tire.
I'm sitting there watching, and all of a sudden they start talking about the segment. And I'm hearing everything I never wanted to know about my uncle and my grandfather.
Ed doesn't raise his ace jack, he just checks out.
I thought the wretched sound might give away that I was awake.
Jack 5 deuce. Ed thinks he's hit top. Heather has snuck in with a set of fives. And Steve raises.
Call 400.
Steve bets 4 with his jack. Ed calls with his top.
1,000 more.
Heather raises her set of fives. 1,000.
Good for her.
Yeah, now I think that.
They're going to wonder what's going on this board. Someone may smell out that set. It's a rainbow board. 2 players hit the jack top pair.
You've played crappier cards.
600
Steve trying to play the hand out in his head right now to figure out where he's at. You see him there in the center of your screen. Steve's going to let it go.
600 more.
600 more to Ed. That's top pair, top kicker.
God, I just feel my hands a bit above the table like the last 5 minutes.
Sure they are.
Usually players are not very afraid of having trips.
Where'd that towel go?
Oh, my catch right?
Oh.
Anybody wearing socks?
And Ed lets it go.
Not anymore.
Smartly lets it go.
my.
Heather's going to win this pot.
Goodbye.
And Heather does show the set.
Nice.
That board was pretty ragged.
It was pretty dry, I know.
I might have just called
There's 2
along
cars.
there.
I pulled the
I
top
still might
pair.
have called and seen the turn card, but.
One player maybe, that's it.
But
I had a jag out there. Swear to God. I swear.
Mark!
What?
We're gonna see.
We're gonna see a jack.
That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
The flop of jack 5 deuce. That's the hand you're looking for. The one where Heather popped it to 1,000. We got 3
It
people
wasn't,
playing.
it wasn't a big race anyway.
Huh? That's
No,
how you gotta know, right?
Yeah, and he had
Between
it.
the pot and
Yeah.
Marco looking best with a pair of
They had
pocket
something
nines this
already. They're
hand.
kind of long.
I pulled the top pair only because those 2 were behind me. They already bet 4.
Button is on
You
Steve.
know what I mean?
Heather calls with a jack queen.
Calls 150.
Marco just calling with his pocket nines.
Calls 150.
Brandon coming in with a 10-8. It really doesn't matter what Brandon has. I think he's coming in.
Oh, that.
Yes, I'll check.
Oh, Linda checks it out.
Definitive.
We have 5 players to see this flop.
Check dark.
Check.
Oh, ace right.
Check, check, check. Check.
Everybody gets checked.
400.
400 is bet.
Marco bets out his pair of nines, pocket pair of nines. Brandon lets it go. Over to Ed, who has king 3. He lets it go. Linda, without hesitation, lets her hand go. We're left with Heather with a jack queen. She folds, and Marco rakes the pot with pocket nines.
Outside, it's embossed with the cards, ace, king, queen. If you look at it, closely, you can see them, and when you look out.
Folks, it's difficult for you to see from this angle just how beautiful this poker table is. But if you are ever in the Northeast Ohio and actually ever get a chance to hit our studios here, you will find that this table
We'll be here all week, folks.
just a beautiful piece of furniture that put together.
Mark is, don't abuse the mark, that's for next one.
I know.
Yeah, when it's something that lame, we just yell, Marco!
Yeah,
All right.
Let's not start it again. 150, keep it.
Yeah, I tried that.
All right, we're on to the next hand.
It'll last about another. Fold.
Calls 150.
Brandon calls 150, Jack 3 of diamonds.
What up?
Steve is making a raise. I believe 425 with an ace 10. Heather has a big blind fold. And Brandon's going to make the call with a Jack 3 of diamonds. We're going to see heads up at the flop. Steve flops 2 pair. And reaches for chips on the turn card, and Brandon folds.
We're gonna lose audio for just our video for just a second. There we go. I'm trying to get the audio levels a little bit better.
Long day over here. Oh, it's just super big stuff, right?
But it's just angle.
Yep. Fold. Mm-hmm. Fold. You didn't announce it.
Small black.
Oh yeah, we have to announce our blind. That's right. Fold.
Down. Calls it.
I hope we get a break soon, because that corned beef and sauerkraut is kicking in.
Yeah, last week.
You gotta go out in the woods.
Oh.
You hear me? You're not allowed to do that inside, especially since you've been drinking beer.
So we're gonna, as Paul checks his option, we're going to full flop here.
There it is.
Check.
Straight on the track.
Check.
8-3-6 is our
Shout
flop.
out to Pop Rose guy while thinking about it.
Heather's best with a pair of threes. Now Linda moves in with that ace on the turn.
150.
And Paul Moskowitz bets out his ace. Oh, they're actually him and Linda both have the same hand. They have the same kicker. Sorry about that.
Calls.
And they're going to split this pot unless someone gets bet out. And that's a 1 minute warning before our break, and Paul does lead out with a bet here.
Fold. Me too. Ace.
Oh, there we go.
Why are you calling him such a weak kicker?
And
I'm so
Linda calls
nervous with my
his
kicker.
bet,
I
and they
would've bet
split the pot. And Moskowitz yells at her for calling him such a weak kicker when he bet with the same kicker.
You know, I do have to admit, though,
Wait,
the crew that we had last year.
did I cheat just now? My mistake?
No,